How to stop stuttering. So this is something I used to struggle with without even knowing, especially when I was younger. So I wasn't someone that was a person that was stuttering a lot, but I did have my little stutters here and there, and no one ever told me this. But then as I got older, sometimes I struggled to rightfully word a certain word at the right time and make a coherent sentence, if that makes sense. And then, like, when I started my YouTube channel, that's when I really started to notice that stuttering is something that I struggle with. And it's hard to admit it sometimes because then you're like, I can't speak. How am I someone that can't even speak a natural human thing, you know? But then over the years, I've been able to overcome this, and now I'm very social. I'm very easy to talk to, and I've also gotten more okay with stuttering because I'm gonna try to do this video in one take. It's kind of a challenge for myself to see like how far I can get without stuttering. And even if I do stutter, it's completely fine. It's a human thing because at the end of the day, no one is perfect, and we all try to be perfect, but we can only be the best version of us. So first things first, let's talk about the impact of stuttering on self-confidence. Because if you're someone that's constantly stuttering, you don't want to talk. You're like, if I'm going to open my mouth, words are going to come out of my mouth that might not even make sense. I won't even be able to pronounce them correctly. And I know that there's a lot of you guys struggling with that. And that has a huge impact on your social skills, on your self-belief, self-confidence. And the fear of judgment, of people having a negative reaction can get to you. I completely understand it. And like the easy answer is stop stuttering, practice, practice, practice. But sometimes it's harder than that. Sometimes it's like a mental barrier. For some reason, you've got it in your mind, but you can't get it out. And it's such a frustrating feeling. And that's why, to start off this stuttering journey, I want to tell you that it's okay to stutter, because there's a lot of techniques to improve your fluency, and it will really change how you are as a person. It will make you so much more confident, especially if you're someone that has a very, very strong stutter and you're already not a very confident person, because it's like a mental barrier that you're trying to overcome, and because you can't even say what you want to say rightfully without being judged or feeling judged, it's not a good feeling. So I do want to tell you that you're not alone in this journey. There's a lot of people that stutter. Some are stuttering more severe than others, and it's completely fine. And I know that sometimes some individuals start to stutter in a different language, because I was born in the Netherlands, and my first language was Dutch, and then Urdu, or it was Urdu and then Dutch. So it became Pakistani, but I was born in the Netherlands. So it was, I feel like both languages I learned at the same time, but it doesn't matter. So when it comes to those languages, I never really had an issue speaking them, and I didn't stutter. But then English was fine as well until I started to buy this camera for YouTube. When I started to put myself out there for YouTube, like, it's so much more nerve-wracking than people think, and it can really get to you. It's like you're talking to a camera knowing that unlimited people can see you, and the pressure can get to you, especially if you're speaking in a language that is not your first language. Because what happens is that in my mind, that it was like as if I was speaking in Dutch, or at least my mind was speaking in Dutch whilst I was speaking in English, so I have to constantly translate, and that can also have some sort of impact when it comes to stuttering. So it's not only about people that have a natural stutter, because some people start stuttering when they speak in a different language, and this video is to help those individuals as well. And the first thing I want to tell you is to relax. If you're someone that's nervous, anxious, it won't help you. I'm sorry. The more nervous or anxious you get, the worse it will get. So that's the first thing I would say. Relax. If you're someone that can't relax, it'll be so much harder for you. The next thing is breathing exercises. Learn how to breathe. And I know it sounds weird, but if you don't know how to breathe, you'll be talking like, yeah, so I was, it doesn't sound good, and you're more likely to stumble over your own words. Breathe in, relax, and speak slowly, because that's the next thing that I wanted to say. Slow and steady wins races. If you're someone that stutters, a lot of times you speak too quick. You're trying to get the message that you have in your brain too quickly out to the world. And yeah, this isn't good, especially for those individuals that are stuttering. In general, it's not good to speak very quickly, because if you're someone that speaks very quickly, you're giving so much energy and you're draining yourself. And when it comes to social skills, people that speak slow leave gaps sound more interesting anyways. So slow down and stop being this nervous. The next thing I want to say is to practice tongue twisters. Sometimes there's just words you can't pronounce. That's completely fine, but as long as you put in the work, put in the effort, because previously I said that practice isn't everything, but then practice is important. If there's certain words you can't pronounce, you can either try to convey and find a way where you don't even have to use that word in your sentence, or you can try to practice these tongue twisters to make sure that you stop stuttering. The next thing is speech therapy. And this is like more professional, but then you start to sit down with someone, start to have conversations. These individuals are specialized in helping you to speak. And this is a good way and something that some of you guys want to have a look at if you're someone that feel like you're really struggling and not seeing any sort of progress. Sometimes it's a confidence issue. Sometimes it's more mental. It really depends. You need to self-reflect yourself and see whether you actually need help. It's completely fine to ask for help, but obviously try the tips in this video. So that was the first stutter, and this way, you can find out whether you need it. And the last thing I want to mention is visualize success. So it's very hard to not win if you can't imagine it. And the same goes with what you say. If you're someone that wants to stop stuttering, you need to be able to visualize your success. And it's very easy. So talk to yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself. I'm not even telling you to be perfect. I'm not even telling you to have a full-on sentence. Just look at yourself in the mirror and have that conversation in your mind first. Then you can start to speak to the mirror. And even if the mirror is too intense and you're looking at yourself and it feels like it's too overwhelming, just walk around in your room, speak to the wall, speak to nothing. And truly, for a lot of people, the more you practice in this way, the better it becomes. Because it can be hard, especially if you feel like that you'll get judged and people will have some sort of negative reaction to your stuttering. Practice alone. There's no one that will be able to judge you, only yourself. And the next thing I want to mention is that sometimes if we are someone that want to overcome stuttering, it's really a self-esteem issue. We don't feel like we're good enough, and it's a truly devastating thing. And that's why I really want to help you out. I wrote a free Glow Up Secrets book. I will have it linked down below, and this book will give you a guidance to overcome all of those mental fears, all of those mental hurdles. And that's especially important for those individuals that want to overcome stuttering. The next thing it does is that it helps you to look better. It helps you with your style. It helps you to actually get a glow up, be more confident, and the list goes on and on. And thus, if you are someone that's interested in it, I will have the free Glow Up Secrets book linked down below. And the next thing I would like to mention is that sometimes getting help from someone, not even something related to stuttering, can also help you. Because the other day I started to work on a project, and it's a face rating system where I'll rate your face and tell you how you can improve yourself. And this can really boost your confidence. It can really help you look better. And nowadays with social media, we also have an online presence, like Instagram is your digital CV. And if you're someone that wants to improve that and also improve your fashion sense, definitely check out the link in description to a face rating system, because this way I'll give you my personal opinion and I'll give you the steps and guidance to take it to the next level. Because when it comes to stuttering, a lot of times people think it's just something you're born with, it's genetics, or sometimes people feel like it's a mental barrier, and those things are true. But for some individuals, it's also self-esteem. For some individuals, it's also your self-confidence. And those are things you can work on as well. And when it comes to this channel, I'm specialized with that. And if you feel like you're struggling with stuttering because of that, I would definitely check out the links in the description to help you get rid of stuttering. And that's pretty much the end of this video. So I hope I did enough. I hope I did like good enough. That was my second stutter. Yeah, I hope I truly helped you out. And if you have any sort of questions, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. So please leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm and consider to hit the subscribe button for more videos in the future. And that's it for me. So thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate your time. Third stutter. I genuinely appreciate your time and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye bye.